For us, 10 points. Dopo è in hospitality o nell'ufficio vostro qua?
L'hospitality abbiamo detto?
Qual è l'ufficio hospitality?
Buongiorno.
Buon pomeriggio.
Pomeriggio. Ciao Tio. Grazie.
Non avete casco speciale quindi?
Io no.
Perez no.
Volevo fare uno, ma il tempo... Cancellata, eh? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿eh? Penalty, no? Penalty.
No, 10 punti.
Meglio.
A noi.
A noi.
E lui 10 meno.
Ya sta. A pari, diciamo.
Ti hanno tolto 10 punti, eh? Ti hanno tolto 10 punti.
Ciao. Multa.
Oh, tío. Cabrón. Yo fíjate que radera.
¿Para qué?
Vamos malamente.
¿Para qué?
Les ulleres aquí.
Què porto? Què porto?
Jo crec que m'he cremat hasta els braços, estic fent la...
Estava fent la volta, jo.
He estat una hora allà fora, amb Red Bull.
Vede che Europa, eh? Vede che Europa.
Sì, sì.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. MotoGP has hit Europe for the first time in 2025 with the Estrella Galicia 00 Grand Prix of Spain. Welcome to the pre-event press conference here at the Circuito de Jerez. Angel Nieto for round 5 of 22 this season. We are joined by the top 4 riders in the World Championship, led by, of course, Ducati Lenovo team rider Marc Marquez. Marc, 4 poles, 4 sprint wins so far this season, 3 Grand Prix wins as well. Marc, a MotoGP winner here in Jerez back in 2014, 2018 and 2019. To Marc's right, we welcome a BK8 Grazini Racing rider, Alex Marquez. Alex, second in the World Championship, podiums in all 4 sprints so far, 3 Grand Prix podiums as well for Alex. He won his first Moto2 race here in Jerez in 2017, and he made his Grand Prix debut all the way back here in 2012. Welcome, Alex. To Marc's left is Ducati Lenovo teammates Pecco Bagnaia, third in the World Championship. It's Pecco, 6 podiums so far in 2025. And what a record here in Jerez for the Italian, winner of the last 3 Grand Prix, including last year's epic battle with Marc. And completing today's lineup, delighted to welcome Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team rider Franco Morbidelli. Frankie, 4th in the World Championship and celebrating his first double podium last time out in Qatar, 3rd in the sprint and 3rd in the Grand Prix. Gentlemen, welcome to all 4 of you. Big weekend, of course, for the Spanish riders. Marc, we'll start the press conference with you. Amazing start to the season. Here in Jerez last year, you took your first Ducati pole and your first Ducati podium. It feels like all the Spanish fans are almost expecting you to win here this weekend. How are you feeling about the weekend ahead, and how special, given your story with Jerez, Marc, would it be to win once again here in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, of course, for Spanish riders it's a special GP, but in the end it's a GP. It's a race where we expect, well, it's sold out, the circuit is sold out. We expect a lot of fans out there supporting MotoGP and especially the Spanish riders, but yeah, luckily I have the experience to manage that situations, and we will try to organize well the weekend. To perform well on the racetrack, because sometimes the schedules are super busy, and then it's important to control the motivation, energy, and all these things. But we are coming in a good form, and I know that we arrive in a circuit, completely different circuits that we ride until now. Narrow, small, different riding style. So let's see. Pecco won last 3 years, so will be one of the contenders for sure.
Marc, best luck to you this weekend. We'll come on then to Alex Marquez. First of all, Alex, belated happy birthday. I think you were 29 here in Jerez. Yes, as Marc just mentioned, a really special weekend for all Spanish riders. How are you excited, Alex, for the challenge ahead this weekend, and how much of a perfect late birthday present would it be to get your first ever MotoGP podium here in Jerez on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, for sure could be super nice, but for that we need to start the weekend with the same mentality that we did these first 4 races of the season, trying to give our maximum in every weekend and trying to go race by race. We were able to be super fast in all 4 races that we went until now. But as Marc said, now we are in Qatar. Now we are in Jerez, so it's completely different track, completely different layout compared the 4 that we went in the beginning of the season. So we need to be really concentrated. We need to give our 100%. For sure, always to be in Jerez is something super special. I won my first Moto2 race here, and you know, I did my debut, like you said. So it's super special, but we cannot lose our mentality. I mean, we need to be the same things. We need to work in the same way, and for sure, we will try to give our maximum.
Alex, best luck to you and the Gresini team here this weekend. We'll come on then to, of course, Pecco Bagnaia. Pecco, we know how much you love Jerez. You've won here for the last 3 years. I remember that first lap here 1 year ago was something very, very special when you went from 7th to 1st. What is it about this track that seems to bring out the best in you? And what about this weekend? Do you think it could be another battle again with Marc like last year?
It's always fantastic to start again the European season. You feel more like home. It's different, and I really like it. And luckily, this track is very good also for our bike. So I'm very looking forward to start. We will have to check all the conditions for the disaster that happened here in 2 months ago. So let's see. But I'm very happy to riding here. I love the track, and all the last 3 GP were different, but very nice. And the one of last year was intense, because Marc was very strong, he was arriving fast, and the battle in the last laps were great. So I think that this season will be different, because his competitivity is increased compared last year, and he's feeling better. So this time is that I have to do a step.
Let's hope it's a great show between the two of you again here on Sunday. Pecco, thank you very much. We'll come on then to Franco Morbidelli. As we mentioned, Frankie, it's been a fantastic start to 2025 for you. Top 4 in every Grand Prix so far, with those 2 podiums as well. How do you see Jerez from a personal point of view, Frankie? Is it a good track to be in the mix again here this weekend? And do you feel like you're going to be a potential contender with Alex, Marc and Pecco for the podium once again?
Well, Jerez is a great track. It's an historical track of the calendar. It's beautiful. Always the crowd is really passionate here, and it's the home race for many of the riders in the grid, in the MotoGP grid, but also Moto2 and Moto3. So it's an interesting weekend for sure. We started very well the season. We started with a great pace. We went step by step better and better, improving our weak points. And until arriving on Sunday, Qatar, where in the first 10 laps I had a really an unbelievable feeling till I didn't get quite right the tire usage. We just need to keep on working like we started, and keep on doing what we know, and let's see where we can finish at.
Okay, gentlemen, best luck to all four of you this weekend. MotoGP Social later, as always, but for now we'll invite questions, please, from the media. Thank you very much.
Hi, Borja González for DAZN. A question for Alex, Pecco and Franco. Do you think that you can beat this Marc Marquez version, and how?
You have the crystal ball? I mean, in the sport and in motorbikes, it's like no secret. You need to work more, you need to be faster, and Marc is in a really good and nice move now, and I mean, looks like, but for sure he will come some track that he will struggle a little bit more, because it's impossible to be really complete in 22 races. For sure he will have a weekend that you struggle a little bit more, but he's able to turn around the things when nothing is in the right place. So just to beat him, you need to make the perfect weekend in every session and all that. But this is, I think, the key point, and instead with that is still difficult.
Yes, I believe that I can fight to and have a battle to the win. I think the potential I have is great enough to have a fight, and the reason why I'm struggling to do it is because I'm struggling to feel good, and I'm seeing that he's in a fantastic shape and he's doing everything perfectly. So we all know the potential of Marc, and to beat him you need to be a step in front, and I'm working on it. But yes, I think that my potential is good enough to at least fight.
Yeah, the way Marc started the season is unbelievable. The way he's able to nail every aspect of a weekend, every aspect of a lap, every aspect of a race approach, it's impressive. So for sure, if you want to beat him, you have to do your best, the best you can do, and everybody needs to bring their A game or even better.
Hi everybody, Mela Chercoles from Diario AS and Cadena Ser. My question is for Pecco. Pecco, beating Marc again in this track, but for the first time with the same colors and the same bike, could change for you the trend of the year? A new championship will be?
I don't know. I think Marc is in a situation where he knows that he can also finish second without risking too much. But he's a rider that normally he don't want to finish second. So I'm here to try, and surely if I will win this Grand Prix, it's also because all the improvements we did from the start are working well. So we just need to focus on the weekend, on being competitive, and then if I will have the chance, I will try it. But the trend is improving from the first race, so we just need to continue like this.
Hi, Matt Oxley from the Oxley Bomb MotoGP podcast. Question for Marc. The GP24 and this year's bike, quite a few tracks now from Barcelona to Qatar. So knowing what you do know about this bike, how do you see the problem that you had last year with the GP23 and the new tyre? Now you can see it from this side of the wall. What was the problem? What made riding the bike difficult?
I mean, of course, the step I feel between GP23 and GP24, 0.5, is big. It's really big, and what I need for my riding style, that is that corner entry. With the GP23, I was more limited. With the GP24, I feel 24.5. I feel super good, and give me that confidence. That still looks like every time you can more and more, and you don't know where is the limit of that bike. In terms of GP23, I was crashing many times with the new tire on the time attack, trying to understand why, and and with the GP24 I feel well on that point. So let's see if we can keep going, keep pushing, and also I'm interested to understand this bike in a different type of circuits, like here in Jerez, that is everything is smaller.
Yeah, hi guys, Adam Wheeler for the Paddock Pass podcast. Mark, another one for you. Do you feel that you're riding better and stronger compared to this Grand Prix in 2020?
No. In 2020, this Grand Prix, my level was amazing. I mean, the feeling with on that point, on physical condition and all these things was amazing. It's true that right now I feel different. It's not that I feel better or worse. I feel different. I feel like I'm fast, but still it's difficult to understand where is the limit. On that bike, after riding 10 years, I understand exactly where was the limit and which points I need to improve, where attack. With this bike this year, still I'm discovering some areas that I introduced a bit in Qatar, trying to improve on that right corners, and here I will try to keep going because I think I can do a step there. And yeah, let's see. But now I'm different. Better or worse? Different. I will not say if I'm better or worse.
Hi guys, Guido Veneman from Raceport in the Netherlands. Question for all four of you. This weekend, Ducati can equal Honda's record of 22 consecutive victories in the Premier class. How far do you think Ducati can make this streak? Do you think you can win all races this year?
Why not? I mean, of course, Ducati have the best bike of the grid and is performing very good in every racetrack, in every condition. So this is super important. But like we see in Qatar, KTM was there with Maverick. Okay, the tire pressure, but was there. So let's see. But will be super important for Ducati to equal that on the record.
We will try, for sure.
Ducati is performing perfectly, the riders are performing perfectly, so I think they have the best package, absolutely. And it can continue like this till the new regularment. So the hope is that we will continue like this.
I agree.
David, Paddock Pass podcast. Excuse me. Paddock Pass podcast. Pecco, question for you. You've been the rider the longest on a Ducati. When I first started working in MotoGP nearly 20 years ago, this was a terrible track for Ducati. This was the track where all the Ducati riders feared to come. Yeah. And now it feels like the Ducati is really strong around here. You've seen the Ducati change. How has the Ducati changed to make it so competitive here?
Honestly, this trend have been changed in 2020 when the same bike that wasn't working well in this track started to working well in these tracks. I was my second season and we started working on some details. In my case, engine brake, that I was completely in the opposite side of the one that Dovi was using. And I started to be competitive. I was fighting for the podium. I was second before my engine exploded. But the trend, it have changed in 2020 and the bike was the same. So sometimes it's more the rider or it's more the adaptation that can change the bike.
Okay, here. Diego Lacabe for Onda Madrid Radio. It's a question for Pecco and Franco about, do you hope or do you expect some growing of rivalry between Marquez brothers to get some advantage, because they are managing very well that rivalry and the Marquez brothers? I mean, do you know that old history about Cain and Abel? How do you manage the border to be brothers and to be rivals? Because it's not normal. You told to us a couple of days ago. Thank you very much.
So who have to me and
Okay.
they are brothers and they are fighting for an amazing objective, no? To win the titles. In this moment, Alex is doing a fantastic job to equalize the performance every race weekend and is always very consistent. Marc in this moment is pushing a bit more. It's not that he's pushing a bit more, but he's probably felt better in the past races and he was always winning, but in terms of points, they are there. So I don't think they will start to argue because they're brothers. And all the arguments they will discuss at home. But when they will in the race weekend, they will be super professional and fighting for the objective. And I don't think that if Alex will have the chance to win, Marc will do stupid things or the same in both cases.
Yeah, I mean, looking at their relationship is beautiful between two brothers. Generally speaking, you know, they help each other, they work a lot together, and the way that they were able to do their achievements, it's really unbelievable and nice to see. For sure, it's going to be a singular thing to see two brothers fight for a world championship or anyway compete for a world championship. Let's see how they manage this thing. Is their business.
Hello, gentlemen. Sorry. Yes? Okay.
No, just a moment. Alex.
Oh, okay.
I mean, still many championships to go in front of us, so I hope to have that problem. Would be nice to arrive in the last 3 races fighting for a championship with your brother. I mean, for sure will be a nice problem. So hope, and I hope to have that problem, honestly speaking.
No, I mean, yes, of course, we are brothers and we are helping. I want the best for him and I hope that he wants the best for me, but in the end we know that if I help him and he help me, we will be stronger on the racetrack. This is the most important. But apart of that, for me what he's doing Alex is amazing. I expect, honestly speaking, that for the long championship the main rival will be Pecco. But why? Because we will have the last version of the 24.5 and the bike Ducati is working and will improve. I don't know what will receive Alex, but what he's doing with the 24 version is amazing and he's riding in a very good way and is the fastest rider in many corners inside of Ducati. So a pleasure, I'm very proud of him.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Frank waiting from Ziggo Sport. Marc, to your right. Hi. A question to you, Marc. Like everybody is saying, the Ducati is the best bike. Now, you've won 3 out of 4 Grand Prix. You've won all the sprints, but you've also won a lot of Grand Prix with the other manufacturer, with Honda. What gives you more satisfaction? Because it looks from the outside that riding the Ducati is, let's say, easier or less difficult than riding the former bike that you rode. What gives you more satisfaction, winning with Honda or winning with the best bike on the grid?
Satisfaction is the same. Of course, when I was in Honda, the last years in Honda, I was fighting against another manufacturers, and then you know was different. Now I'm fighting against same manufacturer, teammate, riders that are riding the same bike. They can show my data. They can see my data. I can see the data of them, and makes a bit different. But I remember that when I was riding Honda, I was fighting against the bike all the time. But even like this, I was there. Now with Ducati, physically demanding and all these things, I'm riding smooth. You can see on the TV. I'm riding smooth. I'm riding in an easy way, and this makes me more relaxed.
Michel Turcot, Motor Revue. Question for Marc and Pecco. Marc, you said that you are riding now the 24.5 Ducati. You have a test on Monday. What kind of version you expect to race in Le Mans for the next race? 24.9, 25?
We are it's competition, and as we see because it's obvious in Qatar we introduced a small thing, then the tail wings also change a bit. Pecco was riding in with one seat, I was riding with another seat, and yeah, I mean, as a Ducati team, we are trying to keep working, and because we are there, we are super competitive, but we cannot sleep because the competitors will arrive and are improving. So this is the best thing inside Ducati, that the engineers always want more and more, and even if it's a small problem, they try to fix as quick as possible.
Yeah, we are racing in Ducati. You are allowed to use what you prefer, and I don't know if with other manufacturers it's the same, but it's true that we have different little details on the bike, and because I prefer someone, he's preferring others, and in the testing Monday we will have something new to try, and will be an important test. And then in Le Mans we will see what we will use. But in my case, I'm in a situation where I don't want to change that much, because before I want to be back on fighting for the top positions without being uncomfortable. So I feel great with my bike, and then maybe in Le Mans or in the test I will add something new.
Good afternoon. This is Thomas Kudru from Speedweek.com. A question to Pecco, please. The major issue in the last GP actually was happening qualifying, where you got in trouble by not being, let's say, in the first row or second row. Did this change your, let's say, your attitude for this weekend in terms of, let's say, processing the qualifying?
Qualifying is the only moment where you can push at the limit. You need to, this lap, you won this lap, and my fault was to maybe just do a previous lap a bit slower, just to don't risk, but put a better lap time, and then do another one very pushed. Because I entered with in the first attempt, I didn't feel comfortable with something on the bike, and then in the second one I was feeling much better and I was pushing hard, but then maybe it was a bit too much and I crashed in corner 4. But qualifying right now is one of the most important moments of the weekend. We have just one qualifying for both starts, so it's important to don't commit mistakes and start always in the front row. But I will not change my attitude. I will push like always.
Yes, question for Pecco and Marc. What do you feel when David Ardocci tell me for my newspaper after the race of Qatar that Ducati has the king of MotoGP by Marc and the prince of MotoGP by Pecco?
We are in the castle of MotoGP, that is Ducati. ¿Qué te ha parecido esta?
No está mal, pero a ver, Pecco, eres un torero.
Ya he contestado.
It's good. For the age is normal. He's older, so yeah, he's the king.
Soy más viejo.
It's okay. Thank you.
Hello, it's Mirko Colombi. Question for Franco. Franco, keeping calm, you get the results. So your strategy is not just opening the throttle, but the attitude. Is it correct?
Yes, I try to keep calm and be calm in most of the times. For sure, it's not easy to do, and it's not what I do. Well, as many people know, or many people close to me, I get nervous quite easily sometimes. But I try to keep calm. That's for sure when I function better.
Hi, this is Manuel Pesino for Riding Sport Japan over here. A short question to 4 of you. After seeing what we saw in Qatar with Maverick Viñales, do you think that the tire rule should stay like it is, or something has to be changed? And if yes, in which way?
For me, the thing is that a question of safety, as Michelin say. The only thing we can work on it is maybe try to understand if it's safe, if we can reduce the percentage of the laps. I mean, less laps on that tire pressure, because if sometimes maybe Viñales when lead the race, then drop and then never recover again. So yeah, the only thing I see is that reduce the percentage, but always Michelin need to accept, because it's terms of safety.
Yes, must say that maybe you can adjust a little bit that, but I mean it's rule for everybody, and you need to. Is there the competition also is these details?
Like they said, rules are rules, and you need to stay over this limit that Michelin's put for safety. It's true that years ago we were racing with the same tire, but with a lower pressure. But I think that right now the limit we had in Qatar was very low. So I think that in this situation the limit can stay there without penalize our performance, and we can continue like this.
Yeah, the way the MotoGP bike is soliciting the tires, it's really aggressive and it's really strong. So to have some safety thresholds from Michelin, it's I think it's the correct thing to do, and it's correct to follow their rules.
Another question for you, Marc. You had to fight twice in your career in MotoGP with your teammate, when you start with Danny and now with Pecco. How different is it, these two periods in your career?
I mean, of course, when I arrived in MotoGP, I had the best teacher, that was Danny, how to ride a MotoGP bike, and my riding style in the beginning was super similar, or I tried to copy him. That in some aspects was impossible because his technique was amazing. Then, of course, right now I arrive with 32 years old, that my riding style is my riding style. But Pecco is doing some things different than me, using the things in a different way, and I try to force myself to copy him, and in that small aspects, to improve my riding style. The fight in the end, when you are on the racetrack, is another bike with the same color, but you fight, as I fight against Alex in the other races, for your maximum. But it's true that inside the team, in the end, the target is try to bring the title in the red color.
Okay, coming up next is MotoGP Social. Just a quick reminder to the Italian and Spanish media that the riders will remain afterwards, and you'll be able to ask questions in Italian and Spanish. That's just a quick reminder. So our game here in MotoGP Social is Who Is It? We'll give you some clues, and we want you to name the rider. So number one, who do we think number one is? Write down your answers and we'll ask you who you think that is. Let's wait until Mark's got his answer for number one, and then we'll ask the World Championship leader who we think that is. Turn your boards around, gentlemen, when you think you've got number one. Have we got number one?
Yes.
We'll do it one by one, guys. Before we move on, we'll do it one by one. Mark, have you got an answer for number one? Turn the board around and tell us who you think that is.
Martin.
Jorge Martin, pretty easy one. Alex, who have you gone for?
89.
89, of course. Yeah, it was Jorge Martin. Frankie, I guess you went for Jorge Martin as well. Yeah, all four on Jorge Martin. Some good news actually about the world champion. Aprilia telling us today Jorge will leave Doha on Saturday and continue his recovery in Europe. Okay, who is number two? Here's the clue. Who do we think this is?
Bastianini.
Pecco's gone for Enea Bastianini. Mark's gone for Frankie.
Enea.
What do you think, Frankie? Who's that? Somebody's going to be kicking themselves very, very shortly. Frankie's gone for Enea. The answer is...
I put Rins in the first moment.
The answer is...
No, Rins no es.
It's Pecco.
I have much less. I'm starting losing, so...
Pecco, you want to start worrying when we get to my stage. That's when you want to start really worrying. Okay, who is number three? Who do we think this is? Mark's gone for Pecco. Pecco.
¿La R? No. La R di Racing? No.
Frankie, who have you gone for? Frankie's gone for Maverick Viñales. I think it's too late to change now, Alex, to be fair. Pecco, have you got an answer?
I put Viñales.
He's put Viñales, of course it was Maverick Viñales.
Okay.
Number 4, I think, should be quite an easy one to guess this one.
It's the first I put.
Of course it is, yes. Marc Marquez. And what about this last one? This might be a little bit of a tricky one to guess. We'll get it on the screens very, very shortly. Who is this? Who do we think this is? Who is the owner of those shoes? Mark, have you got an answer? You've gone for... Why do you think that's Fabio?
Fabio.
Why do you think that's him?
I'm between Quartararo and the other one, the Dija.
the fashion icons. Alex, you've also gone for...
Quartararo.
It is, of course, yeah, Fabio Quartararo. Okay, guys, if you can sign those boards. And then we'll do one photo with the boards, please, gentlemen. If we can get you to stand with the boards initially, that would be great, thank you. And then a quick photo, gentlemen, without the boards, that would be great, thank you very much. Okay, have a great weekend, all 4 of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Spagnolo, devi imparare.